So I'm finally caught up with Hajime no Ippo, but I did want to make a video because obviously since I'm caught up with the latest chapters, currently ongoing in the manga, the fight that we have most highly anticipated, a lot of us been waiting to see because it's been set up since Sendo defeated Alfredo, is pretty much Sendo versus Ricardo at the moment. And now that I'm caught up, which feels really weird to say, it was such an experience. But if y'all want to do see that video, I made it in my channel, kind of just me giving my thoughts or about overall about the manga, just pretty much catching up with the manga. So if y'all want to go check that out, y'all can. Appreciate all of the support. But yeah, in terms of this fight, many of us knew Sendo didn't really have a chance against Ricardo, but we did expect Sendo to kind of bring that version that we saw Ricardo go against Wally at the very end. We kind of expected to see that at some point in this match, but the way things are looking, especially with the latest chapter, as I don't even think we're gonna get that. If I'm being honest, because Ricardo looks really disappointed in Sendo, because he even said it in this panel, like in one of his inner monologues. He was like, "I had high expectations for you." Like it like that shows a lot, and that says a lot about Ricardo, because he likes strong opponents because it brings the best out of them, and he tests himself as well, because being so strong and at the peak for the longest time, you kind of feel bored at times, or you feel this emptiness. So when challengers bring you a fight and bring you a different side, like it's a different experience and a different feeling that you want to experience, and Sendo is not giving it to him, so obviously he's disappointed. And in this fight, and especially with this chapter, specifically this chapter, we've never seen this side of Sendo, if I can recall at all in the manga. Like, he looks defeated mentally already. Like, we know physically he will always take one to give one, but I can understand, especially if you ever boxed or had a fight, whatnot. Like, when you fight someone, when you can't hit, like, you're doing everything you can, but you can't hit them. It lands, but it's not landing cleanly. It hits on the guard, and it, like, he's a really good defender. You can't hit him. Like, that mentally destroys you, because then you start questioning yourself, like, damn, do I even belong in the same ring with him? Like, am I even good enough to box? Like, that's kind of what Sendo's going through at the moment, especially with this chapter. And you see these panels of, like, Sendo kind of just trying to land that big desperation shot, and one of the panels, we see Ricardo kind of pull back and land that straight right, and it knocks him almost down. But this is the thing we just found out about this chapter too, that if he goes down again, the match is over. Like, he already went down 2 times in round 1, almost went down in round 2 at the very end. He got saved by the bell with the ropes. And so yeah, like, we're pretty much like you know what I'm saying, like, I really do see it really hard for Sendo to kind of bring that side of Ricardo, how things are going, because Ricardo, I'm not gonna say he's not breaking a sweat, or like he's not trying, because he really is, because he feels Sendo's power. But obviously it takes a lot more than power, and Sendo's hoping to land that big shot, but Ricardo is just so technically gifted and so technically sound, and he's very strong, because even Sendo pointed out, like, even though he throws a lot of jabs, they feel like a straight right, and when he does land a straight right, obviously that's his money shot. And Sendo, like I said, he looks like he's defeated in this fight, because there's this one panel that Mori drew where you see the tiger, which obviously represents Sendo, and you see Ricardo pretty much at the top, representing, like, he's at the peak, and Sendo's pretty much questioning himself at this point. He's like, damn, like, do I even belong in here and stuff? And his coaches are pretty much trying to get him back in the game and whatnot, but obviously, I can understand where Sendo's coming from, but mental is a huge important thing in boxing. That's what you need no matter what, mental, because if you don't have your mental right, there's no point. Even if you have all the physical traits, it's just not there. You know what I'm saying? Ippo's a great example of that. And so obviously, as the fight goes on and stuff like that, like, you see this panel of Sendo. It looks like he's like the way Mori drew him, like, obviously everybody interprets it differently, but how I interpret it, like, he looks like he's kind of like has his guard up, but kind of like hesitant now, because now he's wondering, like, damn, what do I do? And obviously it ended off for, like, we're gonna pick off left chapter, which will be round 3, but I don't see this match lasting very long unless Sendo pulls off something, or he can land something that gives him confidence. But I do still hope for that, Sendo can bring the best out of Ricardo that we've seen so far, and I am still hoping for that. But the way it's looking, like, I don't know, man, it's not looking too good for my boy, but we'll see how everything plays out. Like I said, just kind of wanted to give my thoughts overall so far about the fight. It hasn't been many chapters out yet for this fight specifically. It just kind of started, but it don't look like it's gonna last very long, if I'm being honest. But we'll see how everything plays out. Like I said, just kind of wanted to get my thoughts overall about this fight real fast. But let me know what y'all think. Are y'all so far enjoying the fight, whatnot? Like I said, I still believe in my boy Sendo, but We'll see, we'll see. Because Mori can really just pull out the rug and just say, you know what, fuck all that. I'm gonna show y'all what true strength is and pretty much knock out Sendo. And I can't afford another heartbreak after what I just finished reading with the Mashiba fight and Rosario fight. But hey, man, we'll see. But anyways, if y'all did enjoy anything I had to say, let me know. Show some love, subscribe, and everything. Really, greatly appreciate it. Check out my other videos because I talk about different anime and manga. And yeah.